This episode is brought to you by Tableau. It's time to break up with cable and fall in love with Tableau, the DVR for cord cutters. Hi, and welcome to the Man Cave Cinema. This is John Zanettos, and this is episode 17 of the Man Cave Cinema Rant. We got a few news items today, and we got a pretty big rant today that might be kind of interesting to people. So let's get to it. First things first, is anybody out there buying Dolby Atmos Blu-rays? Seriously? Like, how many people have a Dolby Atmos receiver or preamp to be able to listen to this properly? I mean, they just got announced. Is everybody dying to get these things? Is Dolby Atmos that much better than True HD? I don't know. I don't think so. Like I said before in a previous podcast, it may sound good in a theater, but I don't think it translates really well to the home, because with a 7.1 system, there's enough sound coming all over the house, or the room, sorry, not the house, the room, that you don't really need ceiling speakers. I mean, that's just me, okay? That's just me. Plex, the most famous media server out there, has a new update for Windows 8.1. So you Windows people, there's a big update for you to download and get that installed so you can get going. And also for us Linux people, there's been an update also. I haven't checked for the Mac OS X, but I'm assuming there's a new version for that. Plex is pretty good for that. Let's see here. Cord cutters, or cord cutters to be. The best, bar none, the best website to go to learn how to point your antenna and which direction to point your antenna and what channels you're going to get, depending if it's on the roof, in the attic, or in your living room. So the best website is tvfool.com. tvfool.com. This is the utmost best website that you can go to learn how to point your antenna and what channels you're going to get depending on your zip code, and for us Canadians, your postal code. So this is one of the better ones you can go and get to. Okay, here's part of the rant. 4K TV or ultra high def TV. Are we really ready for this right now? Manufacturers are trying to jam them down our throat, saying this is the next big thing. I don't know. I honestly, I don't think we're ready for it right now. I mean, how long did we deal with NTSC? Over 50 years. 50 years and nobody complained. 1998, the FCC mandates that everybody should switch over to ATSC, or high definition TV, and that took a few years to get hold, and when it got hold, people realized that it was such a great picture and switched over. Now, the jump from 1080p to 4K is pretty big, but is it really worth it right now? I'll tell you why. Here's a few things that I want to tell you why, okay? And us consumers have to be careful. I mean, if you need a new high def TV, by all means, get a good deal, get a 4K TV, but there's some caveats to it, and I want everybody to be careful and aware of these things, okay? Right now, there is zero content, okay? Nothing over the air, nothing on cable or satellite, but Netflix, they will charge you $11.99 more so over the $7.99 to use or to be able to watch 4K content on their on Netflix. Now, there isn't much there, but I know for sure House of Cards is has been recorded in 4K and is being displayed in 4K. If you move up to the next tier package, so you can get that. And I think there's several other sort of homegrown Netflix TV shows that have 4K on them. Now, it's not a lot, but it's enough to be able to use your TV. Okay? So, here's the other negative thing. So, there's no broadcast. So, nothing on cable and antenna right now for 4K. You just can't do it. Okay? There's no 4K Blu-ray. There's talk and bullshit and all kinds of stuff that we're going to have 4K Blu-ray. In my honest opinion, what's it called? Physical media is dead. It's absolutely dead. It died with video games because now you can download video games through the stores, the Xbox One store and the PlayStation store. So you don't really need physical media. Everybody was complaining, even the video game industry, that they like the box, but everybody's switching over. Do we really need a box? Do we need more crap in our house to take up room? Some people say yes, but that is a small minority. I'd rather have it all digital. Less space in the house and done. Let's see here. Streaming will be the king of 4K. Once all the streaming companies start going over into 4K, see, they have the easier chance to switch over to 4K than broadcast does. Broadcast has to change a lot to be able to broadcast in 4K. Okay, it won't be that easy. There'll be a lot of equipment needed. But the streaming people, for instance, Netflix or Vudu or Amazon, they get their content straight from the studios in 4K. All they need is a good algorithm that can stream this stuff without taking too much overhead in broadband, give you 4K, give you surround sound, and Bob's your uncle. I mean, the more efficient the encoder is and the decoder is, the better it is. So streaming has a jump on everybody else right now. And quite honestly, 4K Blu-ray, you think all the companies involved in that are not going to bitch and complain who's going to get royalties and whatever money from all the patents and stuff from it? They're going to be arguing about that forever, while streaming is just going to leapfrog them, take them over, and you know what? Goodbye 4K Blu-ray. That's my opinion. It's not going to happen, folks. Okay? Just give it up. Also, with 4K streaming, the ISPs will be forced to open up their pipes a lot more, and it won't be, whoever pushing this. I bet you any money. Oh, well, I don't have any, but I bet you any money that Netflix, with their lobbying that they've been doing lately, will get ISPs to open up the pipes more, because Netflix has become a powerful force, and they know that Netflix is the number one content that gets streamed over the internet during prime time. So just wait for it. You'll see. Now, last but not least, and this is the one that really bugs me the most, 4K to be future ready, you need to have the latest HDMI spec. So if you want to get, let's go back to the I'm having a tough time talking today. The 4K Blu-ray. To be able to stream 4K Blu-ray properly, you need the latest HDMI 2.0. And quite honestly, folks, there isn't that many TVs with HDMI 2.0 out there. They're still using 1.4. And guess what? 1.4 cannot pass 4K. So if you buy a 4K TV today and you look at the HDMI spec and you have 1.4 HDMI, forget about attaching a 4K Blu-ray player, because it will not pass the information. And guess what? You'll be switching over to streaming, because it doesn't need to pass through HDMI. All it does is pass through your network, and you'll be getting it on your TV. So that, again, another plus for HD streaming. And also with HDMI, who's to say their 2.0 spec won't change into 2.1 or 2.2? Within the next couple of years, leaving people screwed. I mean, if you're going to be an early adopter, you have a chance of not being able to pass through HD or 4K through their HDMI. Look what happened with HDMI 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Like, really? I remember when I bought my Sony high-def TV, I mean, 1.3 was the standard, but then just right after I bought my TV with 1.3, they came out with the 1.4 spec. What the hell is that all about? Can't these guys nail the specs down at the beginning? Because it affects us consumers at the end of the day. Fuck, I can't stand that. HDMI people need to smarten up, seriously. But at the end of the day, again, like how I've been saying, streaming will take over. A proper algorithm to display 4K and transport it through the internet with very little loss is in the works. Or if not, it's out there already. Anyways, this is the Man Cave Cinema Rant. This is episode 17. I'm John Zanettos. Have a good one.